In addition to being a talented assassin, Emma Brackett, Kaylee Cuoco, is a devoted wife and mother. 7 years ago, Emma fell in love with David Oyelowo. They finally got married and had a daughter named Caroline Lucia Aliu. Wyatt, Reagan Brian Gudgeon, Dave's son from a previous marriage, had similarly come to terms with Emma being his mother. Dave wondered if their marriage had lost its spark because of Emma's frequent travels for work. Emma was really sorry for forgetting her wedding anniversary. She realized she needed to make it up to him, and she decided to roleplay after getting an idea from Dave's anniversary gift. As two strangers, they were to meet at the bar of an upscale hotel. Emma was no stranger to changing appearances. She even donned a brunette wig. While Dave was snarled in traffic, an old guy named Bob approached Emma. He asked her about her work several times. Bob, Bill Nye, was always saying how familiar her face appeared, so she knew things were going to get wild. After Emma successfully said farewell to Bob, Dave and Emma were able to spend some alone time. When they got back to their room, Dave was somewhat inebriated, and Emma had things to take care of while he caught up on his sleep. It turned out that Bob was an independent contract killer when she went up to his room. He was in the city on business, so he was surprised to see a familiar face. Emma was well known to Bob and had a bounty attached to her. He double-checked the photo of Emma, Anna, just to be sure, and it fit perfectly. Emma's life was desired by the Sovereign, an organization that determined the bounty. Emma used to work for the Sovereign, and when she decided to go off the grid, they started looking for her. As an alternative, Bob was prepared to make a deal with Emma, requiring a 60% commission on any tasks she took on in the future. After a while, he agreed to reduce it to 40%, but Emma could not afford it because she was paying her handler, who was meant to guard her against the Sovereign, 30% of her fee. Though she was very sure the poison in his system would make the task extremely difficult, she asked him to go ahead and make the call to Sovereign. Emma clarified that during their time at the bar, she had contaminated Bob's drink. Emma's sole purpose in meeting Bob in his room was to ensure he didn't contact Sovereign by phone. Bob made a disastrous attempt to shoot Emma before he passed away. Emma stopped Bob, but the state of the room caught the attention of the police the following morning. When Dave got home, he was shocked to hear that they were the main suspects in the murder of the man they had met at the pub. The conversation between Dave, Emma, and Bob was caught on camera. Emma was aware that she needed to get away quickly. After making up a meeting at work, she went to Berlin to meet Raj, her handler, Rudy Darmelingam. Emma had stated that she would return from her meeting in Boise in a day, but when Dave goes to pick her up at the airport, she never does. Dave tries calling her multiple times, but his calls are not returned. Dave was soon taken to the police station to be questioned. He made an honest effort to establish his innocence. He was surprised to learn, though, that the investigators were making a different suggestion. To discuss Emma's case, Special Agent Gwen Carver, Connie Nielsen, entered the meeting. When Dave found out that his wife was not Emma Rayburn, he was taken aback. She had been living a fake life for the past 7 years, having taken the identity of a deceased woman with that name. Last week, Dave was shown photos of his wife arriving at the airport in Buenos Aires. Dave came to the conclusion that Emma had misled him over the meeting at Nebraska. Dave discovered that the man he had met at the hotel bar was actually Derek Worley, a contract killer. He was somewhat aback to discover that Raj was his wife's dark web dealer rather than her boss. Dave learned that Emma was wanted for murder and that her true name was Anna Peller. When Dave got home, he discovered a hidden suitcase full of weapons, wigs, and phony passports. He wanted to talk to the woman he married since he knew she was the one he loved. Dave resisted the police's attempts to convert him to their way of thinking. Surprisingly, one of the multiple visiting cards she had hidden connected when he finally dialed every number he could find. After Emma, also known as Anna, answered the call, He discovered that she was in Berlin. His only choice was to go to Berlin if he wanted to tackle the issue in person. Meanwhile, Anna found it challenging to get away from Sovereign. Everywhere she went, they followed, and in a gunfight, her handler was killed. Emma was by herself. At a Berlin bar, Emma, Anna, and Dave eventually crossed paths again. Emma acknowledged that her true name was Anna and that she had received murderous training. Her father began his firm after retiring early from his position as a Secret Service agent. He founded Sovereign, a private security firm, alongside intelligence agent Gwen Carver. After Anna's father passed away, Carver raised her. She was groomed to kill and exposed to violence at a young age. She was naive enough to believe what Gwen said when she was younger and thought that by killing the bad men, she was eliminating evil. But as she became older, she came to see that this was all a deception. When Anna first met Dave, she was working in Boston and she felt seen. She made the decision to only accept jobs once or twice a year in order to pay for her family's safety, and from that point on, all she wanted was a normal life. She wanted Dave to think that her feelings for him were real, despite the fact that everything she had revealed about herself had been false. She ran away to Berlin in order to obtain Canadian passports and give her family a fresh start. Emma made the decision to stop working as a contract killer as soon as she was safe from Sovereign's danger. Dave loved his wife and wanted to be with her even after learning everything there was to know about her. Members of the Sovereign surrounded Emma and Dave as they were having an open discussion, drugged them, and took them to Gwen Carver. Emma discovered that Gwen had abducted not just her and Dave, but also her kids. Gwen was itching for Emma to return to Sovereign. Gwen believed Anna owed her life to her since she was the one who looked after her. Gwen offered Anna the chance to rejoin Sovereign once more, on the condition that she never hurt her kids. The kids would eventually live exactly like Anna did, of course. Dave was merely a threat to Gwen, and she had no need for him. Anna was given the order to kill Dave or risk losing her children. A sniper kept a tight eye on the two of them as they entered the woods together after Dave was introduced to Anna. Anna shot Dave because she had a plan. When he fell to the ground, a Sovereign member entered to see how he was doing. Emma tackled the lady packing Dave's body just as the sniper was about to lose access to them. It is revealed that Dave was still alive after Emma eliminated the threat. She would shoot him where it would hurt the least, and he would come out alive. After obtaining the sniper as well, Emma was prepared to destroy Gwen. Emma engages Gwen's right hand, G, in combat, and after a fierce battle, Emma prevailed. Now that she had surpassed her tutor, the student surprised Gwen by attacking her. Emma left Gwen to find her family, while she bled to death. After getting out of the Sovereign camp, they went back to being a regular family.